Hi guys, welcome back to the Alpha Crypto of channel. So today's video will be more like a podcast because I want to talk about something very interesting. Now, I'll be talking about the biggest mistake you can avoid as a crypto trader. This particular video will be in 3 episodes, and this video will be more of an audio, so we can actually call this a podcast. I've spent my time trading cryptocurrencies, investing, buying cryptocurrencies, and I have a lot of experience in this crypto space. In my early days, I've made a lot of losses, I've lost money, and I see a lot of people making some mistakes I made. Now today I'll be talking about FOMO trading and how you can manage your emotions when trading. Now FOMO trading is a very powerful challenge for traders, especially beginner traders. FOMO, even experts too, they have this same problem, and a lot of people have lost money trading with FOMO. FOMO simply means the fear of missing out. Have you ever been on Twitter, on any social media platform, or you have been in a place where a lot of people are talking about a cryptocurrency and they're talking about how the cryptocurrency is making massive profit, and immediately you want to buy, you have the urge to buy, you quickly take your money, you buy that cryptocurrency, and the day you buy the cryptocurrency you just realize that everything is just turning upside down. It's like the world wants to come to an end, the crypto now start reversing and you lose money. Now the thing that happened to you at that point where you bought that project is called FOMO trading. During FOMO trading, your emotions control your decision more than you logically reasoning things from beginning to the end. Emotions and things that people are saying about a project is what will now make you make your decision, not because you have done your own research or you have taken your time to analyze the market before jumping in. You're actually just making your decision based on your feeling and the urgency of making fast money, coupled with the fear of not missing out. When you want to know that you are in a phase of FOMO trading, you begin to think this way. Now you'll be thinking of, man, if I quickly jump on this project, I can actually make a lot of money. Look at how much money I can make. You are not thinking about the loss that you could take. You are not thinking about the risk that you could fall into while making that trade. Then the next thing is that you begin to think this way again. You say, I'm scared that I will miss out on this great opportunity. Look at an opportunity that will change my life forever. Look at Cardano going up. Look at Cardano going up. And you just want to quickly buy. You want to buy. Even when you know that the price is high, you believe that this coin will continue to go up. It will not come down. That is FOMO working out. I have made this mistake a lot of time, and I see a lot of beginners still making this same mistake. Another thought that comes to your mind is that you'll be like, look at an opportunity. If I don't buy this immediately, I'm scared I will lose out on this great opportunity forever and I will not be able to make good money again. This is an opportunity passing me by. In that case, most likely you are trying to FOMO trade. You are not logical. And a lot of people, I'm sure you that are listening to me, you'll be nodding your head that yes, this has happened to me. If you've ever been in that situation, please make sure you leave a comment, because I have always been in this kind of situation and I had to learn how to manage my emotions. No matter what you tell me, no matter how fast you call me, even when the whole world are buying the project, I am not going to buy. I will take my time to be sure I'm not buying this from the place of emotion. I'm actually buying this from the place of logic, guys. Now another thing that happens when you are in a phase of FOMO trading, you begin to say, well, everybody are doing this, so I have to give it a try. In fact, everybody are buying Bitcoin, everybody are buying Cardano, everybody are buying Ethereum, so that is why I have to give it a try. Not because you have actually taken your time to research the project. If you notice consistently, one statement I keep making is you taking your time to research the project. Now another thing again is that you talk from the angle of greed. You say something like, this project is going to make me very rich. Once I have this crypto in my portfolio, I will make mad money. When you begin to talk this way, that means you are jumping on this project not because you have done your research, because any good cryptocurrency, any good investment will actually make you rich. But when all that is in your mind is about making the money, you most likely you're not going to take your time to do research well. And even when you are researching some information that are very important, you might end up ignoring them because your reasoning is clouded. Now when you find yourself in a situation where you want to FOMO trade, you need to talk to yourself quickly. And there are some things I tell myself when I find myself in this situation. Number one, I tell myself that it is immediately I enter the market that I'm in trouble. As far as I've not entered this market and I have my money with me, I don't have any problem. But the moment I enter this market is either I come out with a gain or I come out with a loss. So I calm down and I take my time to start going back to analyze the market. Another thing again is that you need to know that if you rush into the market, most likely you might end up coming out with a loss, because it is immediately you rush into the market that the market will begin to go down. Do you know why? You did not look at the warning signs. Let me give you an example. during the early days of Dogecoin, when Dogecoin just came out, I was just in my space checking Twitter because I was always using Twitter a lot, and I saw that a lot of people were talking about Dogecoin and they were screaming Dogecoin is going up, Dogecoin this, Dogecoin that. Because of the old news and the old message and the old FOMO, my friend and I, we quickly decided to rush and invest in Dogecoin. Now, we invested in Dogecoin when Dogecoin was around 0.7 or $0.6, but basically we just invested a lot of money on Dogecoin because of the old FOMO thing and the fear of missing out. People were talking on Twitter. It was more like, if you don't have Dogecoin in this world, you are going to die in poverty. To cut the long story short, the day we invested in Dogecoin, it was that same day that Elon Musk talked about Dogecoin, and before you know, the market went upside down, the price of Dogecoin came down, and we were thinking we were going to follow Dogecoin to hit $1. We ended up losing our money. We should have known better. We should have known that this coin had already gotten so high and anything could have happened, because the best time for us to have invested was when it was low, but we missed out as early investors. Because we don't want to miss out, we ended up losing a lot of money, and from that time till now, Dogecoin has not recovered or even gone back to that position we invested in, which means technically we are in a loss with Dogecoin, but we are still holding the coin for a long run because we believe that the coin might end up having a lot of massive projects. But if not, we've lost out. Why did we lose that? We lost out because we actually FOMO invested. So one thing you should always tell yourself when you want to FOMO invest again is that there will always be another trade. If you miss out on one opportunity, it's not the end of the world. For example, I missed out on Dogecoin, but I got a lot of benefit from Cardano. If you miss out on Cardano, there will be a Solana. If you miss out on Solana, there must always be a crypto that you will make money from, because new projects are coming up, different projects are getting massive amount of profits. All you need to do is to be patient and wait for the perfect kill. If you rush into the market, you end up rushing out of the market with regret. Now, something else you need to take cognizance of is that you need to make sure that your emotions are in check. This is very difficult. This is because our emotions are part of us, and sometimes we find it difficult to actually control our emotions. But you need to try as much as possible to ask yourself, am I really doing this from the place of ego? Am I doing this from the place of emotion? So I'm actually doing this from the place of analysis, and I'm working with facts. Because when you don't do this, you end up going with emotion. Most likely you might make irrational decisions and you end up losing money. And one thing about trading is, as far as you are in the market, it's either you come out with a loss or you come out with a gain. And that is something my mentor told me. So I've always held on to that word anytime I'm talking. If I don't go into the market, I have my money intact with me. But once I'm entering this market, it's either I come out with a loss or I come out with a gain. So I need to know what I'm doing. Now, among emotions, one of the powerful emotions that can easily destroy you and ruin your wallet and make you lose a lot of money is the emotion called greed. A lot of people want to make billions and millions immediately. They just want to use one crypto project to change their life forever. See, there are projects that you can invest in and you make a lot of money, but most times it doesn't work this way. You need to be very patient and you need to be consistent in your strategy and in your investment. Now, if you are going with the mindset that you want to make so much money in a particular trade, you end up investing so much, and if you take a loss, you are going to make a very massive loss, because massive gain comes with massive loss if it doesn't work in the direction of your gain. So one thing you can do is you need to try as much as possible to invest with the amount of money you can afford to lose. Like, be intentional about the money you want to spend in investing. Let's say I will never invest anything more than 10% of my total money or my total portfolio, right? So if I have $1,000, if I want to invest, I will never invest anything more than $100. So if you are very disciplined that way, even if you take a loss, no problem, you'll be able to bounce back. But if you invest so much because you want to make extra profit, you invest maybe $900 out of $1,000 and you take a loss, it will affect you and it will cause a lot of problem, which will lead to another form of trading I'm going to talk about in another episode of this podcast, right? So the next thing again you need to do is very important. You need to conduct your technical analysis. Technical analysis, very important. You need to check the chart patterns, you need to check the different candlesticks, you need to check historical events and historical patterns of this coin. You need to do a lot of analysis so that you can have a better opportunity of actually succeeding or taking profit in the market. Because when you do your technical analysis very well, then you have a reason why you are going to the market. You are coming in with a plan, not just that you are just entering blindly and the market will reverse in your head or something like that will happen. Now, technical analysis does not guarantee you must come out with a gain, but basically at least you are going in with a plan. So if everything is not working in direction to your plan, you know when to exit the market. While doing technical analysis, it will be very wise for you to check fundamental analysis for you to know what you're doing. If you notice, if you are a kind of person that you do technical analysis and you have a little bit of knowledge of fundamental analysis, you will know that generally the month of September is usually not good for Bitcoin over the years. I posted on my WhatsApp where I was telling people that Bitcoin in September is always dicey. I won't be surprised if in the month of October the price of Bitcoin continues to go higher and Bitcoin is going to make a lot of massive profit. But in September, Bitcoin actually was struggling. So these are things that you have in the back of your mind. Then finally, you need to keep a trading journal. Keep a trading journal and record every trade you are taking. In fact, the way I was taught was when you take a trade, know the reason why you are entering the trade, write the reason why you entered the trade. If it works in your direction, write the reason, and even if you lose the trade, write why you what went wrong, so that in the future you can go back and review your journal and know why you made a mistake and what happened that it did not work the direction you wanted it to work. I have a friend. This friend is always trading, although he trades forex, but every time he has an Instagram account that he created, that every trade he takes, he posts a screenshot of the trade, whether it is good or bad. He posts it there and write the reason why the trade did not work. So it is like his own way of journaling. So at the end of the week, he will just go to the Instagram and he begin to check all the screenshots he has posted and begin to analyze where he made mistake, the time he took profits, what he learned and everything. That reason is when you record your progress, you record your tradings, it will help you in making better and more informed decisions, and your experiences will begin to count. If you find this content very interesting, you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tell me how you feel so that I can make more videos in form of a podcast on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye for now, and I hope to see you in my next video when I drop another interesting content. Now, the next topic I'll be talking about is revenge trading. I'm sure you would not want to miss out on that.